So next question here we have with respect to tsunami. Okay. Now this question is asking, what are tsunami, how and where? This is a catch. How and where? दोनों चीज पूछा है. Are they formed? What are their consequences? इसके consequences में पूछा है. Explain with suitable example. Okay, so we have to explain this with a suitable example. Now, 2025, we had an event. That is, there was an earthquake in the far east Russia. Okay, the region, the name of the region was Kamchatka Peninsula. Okay, Kamchatka Peninsula, where the Eurasian plate okay, then Pacific plate, okay, and there is another minor plate. Okay, they interacted and resulted into an earthquake. Earthquake कहाँ पे? Inside the sea. Okay, inside the sea, where the displacement of plate resulted in the development of tsunami waves and it was or it propagated towards North America. Okay, North America, that is the western coastal region of North America, then the southeast island nations like Japan, Hawaii, Philippines. Okay, becoming a hazard. So what I am doing here, I am trying to explain the current situation, that what has currently happened in the year of 2025 with an example of the Far East Russia region, Kamchatka Peninsula, where the earthquake has occurred and it has resulted into the displacement of plates inside the sea and ocean region, where with the displacement there was development of the tsunami wave. Now, how this has happened, we have to explain this with a diagram here. Okay, when I'm trying to draw a diagram, I will see here that this is ocean region. Okay, this is the plate is interacting here. There was the formation of fault. Okay, the formation of fault, it has resulted into the earthquake or seismic waves. Okay, this is earthquake. This earthquake, it has resulted into the formation of a fault. Okay, and the water, it is displaced here. Okay, so this we see here, this is complete phenomena. It is taking place on the ocean floor. Okay, this phenomena, it is taking place under the ocean, that is the ocean floor. Now in the second part, what I can see here, that now the tsunami is formed and this tsunami is propagating. So what I can see here, that as the tsunami is reaching near the coast, okay, as the tsunami it is reaching near the coast, its amplitude it increases. Okay, its amplitude increases. So this is a tsunami wave. Okay, here there was development of tsunami waves with the earthquake form here. So water was displaced and it have resulted into a tsunami wave. But as this wave it moves towards the land, so here we see that there is a friction which is provided by the land. Friction by the ocean floor near coast. So what will this result into do? What will this result into? This will result into the decline of wavelength. Decline of wavelength. And in the second part, it will result into the increase in amplitude. This will result into the increase in the amplitude. So in this way, we see that near the central part of the ocean, the tsunami waves, they are quite normal waves. But as they are propagating towards the coast, their height or their amplitude increases because of the friction which is provided by the ocean floor, and they become very disastrous and hazardous. So these are tsunami wave. Okay, their height it can vary from 2 meters up to 50 meters. Okay, it can vary from 2 meters to 50 meters. For example, the Indian Ocean tsunami, it was ranging between the 10 to 15 meters in height. Okay, so we can say that it was larger than the building in which we are sitting right now. So we can imagine that how to the interior part this water can move. And what happens actually here, when the tsunami is propagated into the coastal region, now the tsunami break has taken. So water what does here? It goes into the interior part. Okay? It reaches the interior part, and whatever the settlement or people are present there, it takes everyone along with it. Okay, and there is a trailing tsunami or another tsunami wave is coming, and it also does the same thing. Okay, so in this way what happens, whoever the people they are present in that particular periphery, they are not able to reach the coast again. They cannot reach the coast again because there is a trailing wave which is coming from the ocean part, and once they are caught up in this particular wave, they are taken back into the ocean by the backwash phenomena, and they never come back to. So this is one of the disasters, okay, which we see happens, what happens during the development of tsunami. So if we give an example of the Indian Ocean tsunami, okay, this occurred in 2004. So in this Indian Ocean tsunami, we will say that in the coastal regions of India only, the coastal regions of India, for example, West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and certain regions of Kerala. Only this region it comprised of more than 20,000 deaths. This is an official count. This is an official count. Overall regions of the world, that is India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, region of Africa also. So there were mortality which was more than around 1.2 lakh. So the total mortality will be seen here. It was more than 1.2 lakh. This is an official number. But if you look at the total number which is not yet accounted for, it is more than 3 times in India also and in the world count also. So we can give an example of the Indian Ocean tsunami, that how disastrous it was. Okay? And the development of the Indian Ocean tsunami, it had happened between the trench, okay, trench which was present between the Indian plate and the Pacific plate. Okay, there is a trench present, and between these two regions there was a development of tsunami, and it moved towards the Indonesia region towards the south and the Indian region towards the northern part. So thus we see that tsunami is one of the very disastrous events which have resulted into the loss of life throughout the history of the human civilization. Therefore, what we can interlink it right now? What we have seen? We have seen water tsunamis. So under tsunamis, we can give a very short introduction that tsunami are the wave generated because of the two events. There is, okay, one of the point, it is the earthquake. Okay, earthquake results into the generation of tsunami. In the second part, with the volcanic eruption, okay, we have seen that there are submarine volcanoes. So with the eruption of the volcanoes, it can also result into the development of tsunami. So we need to provide both the things here. But the propagation of waves, it will happen in this same manner. Either it is through the earthquake or it is through the volcanic eruption. So these waves, when they reach the surface of water, they form a wave. These waves, they becomes more in amplitude. Their amplitude increases and their wavelength decreases. So due to this, the tsunami, they become more disastrous, and their impact on the coastal region with respect to the swash जो अंदर जा रहा है, it is called as, write it, आपको थोड़ा easy होगा, जो वेव का पार्ट अंदर जा रहा है ओवर द लैंड, इट इज कॉल्ड एज स्वाश, एंड जो वेव का पार्ट इट इज कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम द लैंड, इट इज कॉल्ड एज बैकवॉश. Okay, so there is a swash event and a backwash event which actually takes up the people who are present in the periphery of that swash and backwash region into the back of ocean. Now once they are coming back, they will just go towards the deeper part and they will not come back to the ocean, because here the circulatory motion is not taking place, which was taking place inside the central part of the ocean. So this we see here. Then we will be giving an example of the Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004, where in India there were more than 20,000 deaths, and over the world there was a mortality which was more than 1.25 lakh. So this is the 25th December of 2004. So in all the coastal areas there were various festivals were going on, and on the night this event occurred. Night means सुबह ही हुआ था. So this event occurred, and all the celebrations, they converted into a mourning. मतलब एकदम से जो हंसी खुशी का माहौल था एकदम से गम में बदल गया. So this happened in that part. ये सिर्फ इंडिया में ही नहीं हुआ था. This happened throughout the world. Okay? I remember I was in 9th or 10th standard at that time. So this was, we were watching it live on TV, that what had happened. Regions, what are the effect have taken place in the coastal areas, how the people they were displaced, their homes were destroyed, their agricultural fields were destroyed. They didn't have electric power supply, they don't have water to drink, they don't have health, we can say the healthcare services, and there are so much people who are affected, so high number of people, and the availability of hospitals and clinics were so low that the people were not getting the medicinal help, okay? Food help, water help, sanitation help. These were the issues which were faced by people, and it was not just for that particular day or time. It went on for the years, a 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. Then resettlement occurred, and the people went back to their old life. So this is the event, or this is the trauma which is faced by the people who are facing such kind of disastrous situation. Okay? So this is tsunami. Now what happened when this tsunami occurred? There was one thing with a part of India. Now what happened? This is the region of Java and Sumatra, and here we have the various islands. Okay, here the tsunami generated and it reached India through this region, okay, Thailand, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and into certain Pacific regions also reaching up to the region of Japan. At that time, at the point of 2004, the tsunami detection or early warning system, it was not present in the Indian Ocean region, but it was present in the Pacific Ocean region. So when the tsunami waves, they reach the centers or the sensors of the Pacific region, then United States came to know, USA came to know that the tsunami is incoming. They informed New Delhi, tsunami is coming. The New Delhi informed the regional state, tsunami is coming. Regional states informed the districts, tsunami is coming. To the districts, they went through the villages that tsunami is coming. And under this part, this communication, it took certain hours. And when the people who were standing at this region, the coastal area, when they were informed that tsunami is coming, please evacuate. They were seeing the large waves, large tower of water coming towards them. So it went into a panic situation. So to overcome this condition, overcome this scenario, in the year of 2005, India brought up the disaster management under which NDRF, SDRF, okay, the National Disaster Response Force, okay, State Disaster Response Force, District Disaster Response, they were established so that in such a disastrous situation, we are able to manage situation in a better way and we are able to counter situations in a better manner. Now, tsunami is something over which humans have no control. Over earthquakes, humans have no control. So we cannot do anything to stop the tsunami, but we can prepare ourselves to face the situations in the event of tsunami. So under this Disaster Management Act, we had NDRF, SDRF, and DDRF. Okay, and this system, it was again in 2015, it was upgraded to the Sendai framework. It was upgraded with the Sendai framework, and we have found the regions where the tsunami is basically occurring. So we were seeing that majorly the regions where the interaction of the plates is taking place. The interaction of plate is taking place. So these are certain regions where the occurrences of tsunami is very high. Okay? So these are certain regions where we'll seeing that there is the interaction of the plate boundaries. So under the ocean floor, we have certain mid-oceanic regions, we have certain regions of trenches. So we have identified the mid-oceanic regions, number 2, trenches, number 3, the transform boundary. On the basis of all these things, we have drawn a tsunami and earthquake map. We have developed the tsunami and earthquake map of the world, on the basis of which we are able to identify that which are the regions where the occurrences of tsunami and earthquake is very high, so that we are well prepared in advance for those regions. Okay. So by providing this part, okay, NDRF, SDRF, and our early preparation and the early warning system, we can provide this map of world, okay, and we can go for the conclusion. Okay. So in this way, we can provide how tsunami is generated, where tsunami is generated, it is generated inside oceans, how the waves are propagated over the land, over the sea. This we can explain. What is the impact of tsunami when it is having a break? Okay, that is a swash and the backwash effect. So through these things, we are able to understand the tsunami, their impact on human civilization, which we are able to have a better situational management through this Disaster Management Act and Sendai framework, and the formation of the map of the world where the earthquake and tsunami over inside the ocean regions can be mapped in a. Okay. So through this we can answer this question. Any doubts, any queries? So shall we move to next question?